Alright, so I'm going to show you how to clean your filter. Filters need to be cleaned every 3 months. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to put it in service mode, just to shut off all the equipment. Service mode is going to shut all the equipment down. Okay, you're going to come over to your filter. You're going to open up this pressure relief valve. So if you hear it, the air is flowing out. The pressure that was built up in the cartridge filter is going to start going out. Okay, so what you're going to need is a 3/4 inch socket and a 3/4 inch wrench. Sometimes you can do it without the socket, but if you hold this bolt right here, but what you're going to do is you're going to loosen this up, this bolt right here. 3/4 inch socket. This tag is in the way back here. Okay. Take the bolt out, put it somewhere safe. I usually take the wrench and knock this off, okay? Put that ring there. Then you're able to take the lid off, okay? So probably still a little bit of water in here, so just kind of just pops off. You lift this off, okay? Set it to the side. All right, so this screen here is what charges or tells the top pressure gauge how much pressure. So you have to clean all this dirt and debris off of this pressure gauge. So this actually just lifts off. Okay, you want to set this to the side as well. So I'm just usually set it on top of my heater. Okay, then you can lift all these filters out one by one. Okay. Okay. Once you got all your filters out, set it to the side, you're going to start washing them off. So take your hose, you're going to want some kind of high pressure nozzle. And then basically you're just going to start at the top and you're going to work your way down. So you can see how dirty these filters are. So you just start at the top. What I do is I go up and down. You can see how clean they actually get when you clean them properly. And what you want to do is you really want to clean these as thoroughly as you can, because this is what catches all the dirt and debris. If you just wash them off like this, there's still going to be a lot of debris in there. So you really need to clean these really good. It's going to take 30-45 minutes to clean these filters really good. So I'm going to wash these off and then I'll show you how to reinstall them after I wash them off. All right, this is an example of clean filters versus dirty filters. You can see how dirty the one on the left is. So I'll clean that last one and then we'll put them back in the filter. All right, so now that we got all our filters clean, we need to drain this and clean out the filter itself, get all this dirt and debris off the standpipe. So on the back side of the filter, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a plug, and what I usually do is take a screwdriver and actually unloosen it a little bit, then hand tighten it. I mean hand open it and then loosen it. Sometimes there's dirt and debris in there, it gets kind of hard. Take this off and then all the water is going to fall out of the filter. Okay, so once all the water drains out, what we need to do is we need to rinse all the inside out. You can see how much dirt and debris is already in there, so we're just going to rinse all this out real good. And we're going to rinse it out that back. This actually comes out. Rinse this off real good, and there's a bunch of dirt and debris still in the bottom, so leave it open. Just wash it out that back hole. That hole's underneath that pipe. Wash the sidewalls. Wash the standpipe off real good. Get all the dirt, debris off of it. Okay. And then this next part is real important. You see all this dirt and debris around this ring right here? That's when you need to take this off, and we need to rinse this really good. Okay. If there's any dirt and debris sitting on this ring, when you go to install it back, it's going to leak. So you need to get all of this off really, really good. So rinse that off. There's no more dirt, no more debris. Get it clean. That's pretty good there, and you want to rinse this O-ring off as well. Okay, then that just goes back on like that. Once again, magic lube. If it won't start leaking, you can put some magic lube around that. Okay. Remember I told you this little filter needs to be clean. I'm gonna clean that filter off real good. That's what tells you how much pressure's in it. So now we're ready to put the filters back in. So these actually Hayward filters, actually some of them say bottom, but the Hayward logo is going to be on the top, so there is a bottom and the top. You actually have to put this back in here first. This has a little rim that it sits on, and then you just load the cartridges in the all your holes lined up, and then your standpipe. Beat on that with your hand and make sure it goes down. Then the last thing is your lid. You always want this where you can see your filter gauge there, your pressure gauge. And you put your thing back on. So, get your bolt. Give me 1 second. Get you a rubber mallet. It comes in handy. What you want to do is you want to start on the back of the filter and hit it, knock it around. It's going to help it tighten up as you go around the filter. All right, I'm going to beat on it again. And you can take your wrench, 3/4, remember 3/4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it to about where my finger fits in there. And that's probably good right there. I can slip my finger in there. It's kind of tight, maybe a couple more turns. And then I'm going to fire up the pump and make sure nothing's leaking. Okay, so all right, so after you get the filter top on, tighten the bolt, then you can put the plug back in. Reach back in. I hand tighten it a little bit, and then I get my screwdriver. Do about 1/4 of a turn till it's tight. It doesn't have to be too tight, so just to where it doesn't leak. Now we can fire it up and make sure there's no leaks around the filter rim. Okay, so I'm going to leave this pressure relief valve open until the pump catches prime. Hopefully you can hear this start whistling. What's going to happen, some water is going to start coming out of here. That's when I'm going to shut it off. But right now it's getting all the air, it's filling up with water, and it's getting all the air out of the filter. Shut that off, and then I can check for leaks to make sure there's no leaks around any of the rim. Everything's looking good, no leaks as of yet. So If you do have a leak, 99% of the time it's going to be because you didn't clean that O-ring around that rim off. Okay, so you're going to have to disassemble the top and everything again. Clean that ring off really good. Maybe dry it off with a towel. Maybe dry the rim off with a towel. Put that back on and then do it. Tightening it most of the time won't work, but don't forget to cut your pump off if you start opening this. This has a lot of back pressure on it. Okay, so we're good here, and that's how you clean your filter.